Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and cracker jack. I don't care if I ever get back. Let me root for the home team.
Hey everybody, welcome back for another inning of Fantasy Basebrawl. I'm Noz. Today we're going to be looking at a deck I made quite a while ago. I made this a while back during the Brothers War expansion. This is Ashnod, Flesh Mechanist, as our commander. She cost one black. She's a 1/1 with Death Touch. Whenever she attacks, you may sacrifice another creature. If you do, create a tap powerstone token and pay 5, and you can exile a creature card from your graveyard, and you get a tap 3/3 colorless zombie artifact creature token. So I came up with the idea for this deck a while ago. They were doing some kind of like event. It might have been one of those midweek Magic events. Where they had, you could get a commander. I think there was 3 choices or 4 options from Brothers War. Ashnod was one of them. And I just saw how incredibly fast this deck can ramp. And I believe that was a 60-card standard brawl promotional, midweek Magic thing. Excuse me, I have to clear my throat here. So to that end, you want a lot of cheap stuff that can come into play quickly. You want things like your retrofitted transmogrants, your clay revenants, your ornithopters. You want Ashnod down turn 1, and you want to start attacking turn 2 and making powerstone tokens. Vault Scourge, again, you could pay 1 and 2 life to bring it out turn 2, or even turn 1, whatever. Just standard cheap things. Gataxian Recycler, you kill it. Sack it to Ashnod, now you've got 2 in your graveyard. Bring 1 back and sack it again with Ashnod and keep ratcheting up. You're building up to huge artifacts like the Portal to Phyrexia, the Sundering Titan, the Cityscape Leveler, Platinum Angel, the Meteor Golem. You got big bomb artifacts, Bolas' Citadel if possible. You'll notice we have 2 of the better artifacts in Brothers War, the Flesh Gorger and the War Plow, because early game you can cast the weaker versions, but if you happen to draw these late game, you can bring out the big bomb versions. We got Traxxas, Scourge of Krug, because pretty much I think every single card in this deck, or every creature in this deck except for Ashnod, is an artifact, which means this is going to untap every time you cast a creature. I initially kind of made this as a pseudo Voltron deck, but I've since tweaked it just a little bit. I did put the Sword of Fire and Ice in here just to, typically cards, your opponent's not going to want to be blocking Ashnod. So if you give her the Sword of Fire and Ice, you're theoretically getting some card draw and some extra damage. The Nettle Cyst combos really well because it'll get your equipped creature will get +1/+1 for every artifact. That includes the Powerstone tokens you should be ratcheting up. It synergizes well with Karn, Living Legacy, because you can use all your extra Powerstone tokens for his 0 ability. Or, if the game drags out long enough, you use Karn's ultimate, and all of a sudden your Powerstone tokens are, dealing damage. All your artifacts are dealing damage. We've got a lot of cards that have effects upon death. The Mere Sire, once it dies, you get another one. Perilous Mirror does 2 damage to any target. This can be great in the early game. Get Ashnod out. They put out a chump blocker. You get Perilous Mirror, second turn. You swing, destroy the chump blocker, keep attacking with Ashnod. Boom. Virus Beetle comes out. Discard a card. Now you don't need this card anymore. Sack it. We also put in the Pristine Talisman. Oh, whoops. Well, this is basically for life gain, but we have Inspiring Statuary so that your non-artifact spells will have Improvise. So what can you do with all those new Powerstone tokens? Well, you can use them with this to improvise. And we want big things like Torment of Hailfire or Outrageous Robbery, Overwhelming Forces, Rise of the Dark Realms. We've got 2 sweepers in this deck. We have Damnation as an absolute last resort. we have overwhelming odds for the late game. We've got artifacts like the Junk Diver and the Workshop Assistant will bring artifact cards back to the hand. We have Phyrexian Reclamation to bring back creatures if we just need something. When I was playtesting earlier, I was playing against ironically enough, a Squall commander that was self-mill with the was it that orb. Whenever something untaps, you get milled. I was able to bring stuff back with this. So that was great. The Worm Coil engine, sack it, get 2 more. Just we want to build up and we want to lock down the opponent. So that have the opponent. We want the opponent not to really have many options. You get the Sundering Titan out fast enough. It's amazing. I threw the Mirex in because this was the cheapest way to create a creature token that could be sacked to Ashnod. We're not trying to win with Infect here or Toxic. You got your Fomori Vault, so you could start looking for stuff. You have your Inventor's Fair, same deal, tutor an artifact. And there's not as much removal as I'd like spot removal. You got your things like Tragic Slip, which obviously works great in conjunction with sacking things off. You got Go for the Throat, Feed the Swarm. We have the Murderous Rider to get rid of Planeswalkers. Withering Torment to get rid of enchantments, as well as Feed the Swarm. And then having Overwhelming Remorse is great because your deck or your graveyard should be loaded with creatures, to reduce this casting cost. I suppose in the future I could take out maybe the Sword of Fire and Ice. To add more spot removal. I do have the Masamune in this deck because it forces your creatures to be blocked. In this case with Ashnod, she's going to have First Strike and Death Touch, which is a brutal combo. The opponent may not see that coming. And again, this could change in the future. And for once, I know I've complained about it, but I am using the Lunatic Pandora because we want things to come out. We need something to use with all those Power Stone tokens. For 7 mana, you can essentially destroy anything on the board as if you were casting the Meteor Golem. But if you get this out early enough, you can Surveil and, for card advantage. We've also got the, the Boom Box. Same difference. If you have 8 mana laying around, which you probably will by turn 5, the only thing is we don't really have anything to return other than these that bring stuff back. We don't really have anything to just bring back the Boom Box or the Lunatic Pandora at will. This isn't like the Squall deck where we're all out attacking. So anyway, I play tested it for about 30 minutes. We'll see how it works. But this can be I had an earlier version that I made years ago, and I took it apart and I put it back together as this version right here. So without any further ado, let's play Brawl. So you may have noticed in yesterday's Pirates video that there was no music at the beginning and the end of the video. That's because I did try to use the theme song from Pirates of the Caribbean, The Ride at Disneyland, as the intro and outro music. And boy, let me tell you something, man. The mouse does not f*** around. I got slapped with a copyright notice really quick on that one. And I only used maybe like 25 seconds of the song. And I thought that would maybe get around it. But anyway. So this is what we're going to do. The Perilous Mirror. Sack this. Force him to -1/-1. That's fine. It's not a big deal. I'd rather him do that than get a treasure token. This is actually a really good hand. Nettle Cyst will come out next. Oh, I could have Mind Stoned first before Ashnod, but that's okay. Okay. Next turn, we're going to have the Citadel out. Unless we get another land. Swing. I've come to find this deck is pretty fun, whether or not you win or lose, trying to, like, you know, make it work. It's always fun. Okay. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. Yeah, this deck can do a lot really fast. Okay. Probably don't want to get too overzealous here, so let's do this. Vault. Sack it. Looking for protection from black. From white, that works. Could be taking a big risk. Yeah, okay, well, my opponent. I don't know. I hate stalling, but at the same time, I'm like, you know, obviously I want to win. But yeah, you get a lot of flexibility. I mean, look what we were able to achieve and get on the board really quick. Had I gotten the sort of light and shadow, the game would have been over at that point. But, you know, it's a mono black deck. I didn't even throw in Dark Ritual, and it's still probably one of the fastest decks I've ever made. You just got to know what to throw in the deck. I mean, I admit I'm no expert or anything. As I've said before in one of my other videos, I've only ever won a paper draft tournament once in my entire life. And I think I've won an event twice in Arena Digital. All right, so here's what we're going to do. Ashnod's coming out first. Now, I do admit, I mean, if they have an answer for Ashnod right off the bat, that always sucks. If they can just one-shot her, okay, good, they can't block. No big deal. Mere Sire. We're going to have the Ether Spark next turn already. If for some reason they kill off Ashnod, we can still throw it on the Mirror. Okay. Alright. Get some card draw next turn. I'm going to go out on a limb and assume he's putting Sephiroth out. But he could just have some spot removal. Or that. Okay, yeah, I'm sure. The Shuffler's fine, though. We've seen Sheldred's old... What is this, twice in a row? Yeah, but that Shuffler's on the up and up. Yeah. It's fine, boys. The Shuffler is fucking fine. Why it did that, but okay. I figure I might as well use Ashnod now because this isn't going to get black mana anymore. The problem is he's got Sephiroth with Jadar. So he's got a pretty much a nice little reliable combo. Okay. We'll block. Even if he has some kind of shenanigans, I don't care. Still gonna get, oh, it's on your turn. That's fine. Okay, does nothing. Okay, swing. All right. Draw some cards. Oof. Yeah, dirt. You know, that really shouldn't work. Because if it's... I don't know how... The way it's worded is kind of odd, but if it's the bowman, if it's the named card, I thought that once the card's gone, it can't deal the damage anymore, but whatever. Sephiroth debuts. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Such a good card for this deck. Draw 2 cards. Okay. Get Ashnod on the board again. There's a chump blocker, ironically. We're hoping to draw into something like a board wipe, something to that effect. Okay. If it didn't come in tapped, it would be significantly better. You know, it's funny. I don't know why I didn't default to this. Okay. Still doesn't kill the demon wall, though, which is nice. draw. Oh. Well, let's pay 1. Oh, yeah, here we go. Now we have 2 chump blockers. Okay. Oh, they both have menace. Doesn't matter, though. I'll let it through. Citadel does no good right now. Let's see. Let's go with 2. Jeez, neither of those really works. Okay. Swing in with the demon wall. All right. None of these really does me any good. This guy's gonna win. Well, I could try to draw into something, but I don't think that'll help. I could bring in the Citadel, but there's a good chance just to land. Key to the Archive's not going to be fast enough. Let's just go for an extra card draw. Alright. More chump block. It's so refreshing to see this card like turn 10 as opposed to turn 2. Yeah, game's over. Oh, well. You know, it's one of those things, and I'll probably do an incoming episode where it's like, the minute I saw this, before he had this, it's like, oh, he's got an unlimited sacrifice engine. Game's over, you know. I don't like to be a downer, but at the same time, it's like I played this enough where, you know, I mean, you don't want to just rage right away when you see, you know, but it's just like, what can I tell you? I'm like, if the guy's got a perfect combo already by turn 3, I don't know what hope you have. So again, this deck probably could use some more spot removal in it, but... yeah, go for some spaghetti. No. Much better. statuary is next. Actually, the key to the archive should be next. We're just going to swing for the hell of it. This could come in handy. Yep. Okay. Let's hold off because he's obviously got free chunk blocks. Okay. Oh, God. Game's over. Oh, God. Fuck you. Forgot about that. I mean, the game was over when he drew this with this. I mean, that's it. I mean, that's a pattern. It's like, oh, you're not going to win because you can sack this once, give everything indestructible. If I try to sweep, and he's going to get a free one. You know, ditto with this. I don't think I can outpace him. You know, it's funny with this, you don't think of it as like, you think of it as like getting free spells, not when you just literally cast a 0 artifact. Why I overlooked it. No. God, perfect answer to everything. That was a garbage match. You know, I know a lot of people really aren't watching right now, but it's just like, yeah, I don't... One of these days I'm going to make a... Okay. One of these days I'm going to make one of my 7th inning stretches is going to be how accurately can I predict when the game's over? Like, can I accurately predict if it's turn 3? No. Whoops. I'm not even going to bother. Like I said, you all are on notice. I am not playing this commander ever again. You know, I've got better things to do to waste my time. I'm not going to stick around and seeing, you know, if he doesn't get the advantage or what. There's only like one all or nothing commander that I'll actually do that with, but it's not Vivi. Oh, interesting. Nope. I guess you could do that. Sack the demon wall. The Rager comes out next. Okay. Okay. Should probably get the key to the archive out. Yeah, the tutor's good. Say goodbye to the angel for now. He may not have an answer for the cityscape leveler. God, the Noxious Gear Hulk would be nice. Of course, Damnation. That'd probably be good too. Okay. Why would you... Okay, we'll get the angel back. I'm wondering what he's holding. Oh, he might be holding priority with this. Okay. Now I can't use the Mox Amber, so that's good. Okay. The, okay. It's very tempting to bring out the Rager or the Angel. I don't know if he has a board wipe yet. We're not at risk of losing anytime soon, so let's go ahead and we'll keep this in here. Interesting. He must have something better in his hand, I would imagine. Okay, Captain Storm. Well, you know what? It wouldn't cost a lot to... I don't even care if he's got something to protect Storm with. The nice thing about having a 1 mana value commander, you can get it out a lot. Alright, let's risk a little. Of course. Cycler. Hopefully he doesn't have enough to, Okay, we'll keep risking. More lands. More lands! Doesn't really have much of a choice. Go ahead and bring out the Rager. Stone. Okay. Say goodbye to the Rager. Maybe I should have looked for overwhelming forces instead of damnation. Would have got me some card draw. Okay. Oh, give me a break. Start extra mana for that. Save 5 life. You know what would be great? If I didn't draw into nothing but lands. That'd be amazing. Well, I'm dead next turn, so... And he's got to have something in his hand, probably get rid of this. I'd be surprised if he didn't. Conrad, so we're trying to avoid stuff going to the graveyard. But we'll see. Opponent's going first. Probably going to get beat, I think, just based on them. If he doesn't have... He'll have turn 2 removal if he doesn't have turn 1 removal, so... I don't know, I may not be able to get Ashnod working, but we'll see. Okay, Signet. Alright, that's good. Actually, these are all good. Okay. Don't matter. Yeah, tragic slip for if Conrad comes out. Okay, pal. Well, what am I talking about? I'm Monoblack, too. It matters. I can't lose that. We're still hit on life. If he spot removals Ashnod, we'll tragic slip him. This is going to be a problem. Okay, could be worse. Okay. Ah, the golem there. There we go. Might want to hold on to this for Fomori Vault purposes. Okay, well, there's got to be a reason why he's not doing that to Ashnod. Oh, okay, looks like my opponent might have... Yep. Interesting. Had he gotten rid of Ash... Well, he probably reasoned that I would just resurrect her anyway with the Reclamation. Probably got about another 15 minutes. I don't have much to do today. I work nights. So people, in case you're wondering what it is I do on the side. But I do work nights. And I don't have to do anything else today. And I also watch my neighbor's dogs for him. But I don't have to do anything today except work tonight. So I'll probably be recording Sunday's episode pretty soon. Oh, this is a multicolored deck. Interesting. Okay. I don't have enough to equip the Sword of Fire and Ice. So let's not do that yet. Barrier. So we get the treasure token. So next turn we can, if we have to, we can use the Might Stone, Weak Stone. Ugh, the Reef. Okay. Okay, all right, let's get rid of the Wandering Minstrel here. Bring out the Junk Diver. God, the Revenant would be cheaper to bring out, but yeah, we got nothing but artifacts in our hand anyway. Okay. And of course, he has no basic land types in his. So here's what we'll do. Oh, okay. I don't know if he has any other... I'm assuming he's got... That's what I want to see. Okay. Surprise. I'll be honest, I'm surprised the opponent did not have any kind of counter spell in his deck. You know, I'm just going to come out and say it. Maybe, again, there's not very many people that watch these. If you're wondering why I always say he, when referring to my opponent, I just can't help that because I've been playing Magic, oh my God, since... One second. I've been playing Magic off and on for over 30 years. Oh, no, just over 30 years. Maybe just under. And in that time, I have encountered exactly two women playing paper Magic. One was around 2006, and the other one was around 2017. so I just kind of default that it's a male opponent. By the way, this may not have been the best hand. I think I distracted myself. Okay. No point in attacking. I don't have anything to sack. Even if my opponent, if they manifest something, which he very might well, enchant block, just fine. Ooh, very interesting. Okay. By the way, this couldn't have been a luckier top deck for him. Ooh. Yeah, let's get rid of that. Yeah, this is a great card. Okay. Okay, we do have the Angel, but for once now we're not drawing lands. Okay. Really? Oh, yeah. The Leveler would be nice. The Buster Sword. He'd have to block with at least 3 creatures. And if he doesn't, he's going to get overwhelmingly forced. He'd have to block with 3 to kill it, in other words, in order for it to be worth his time. This couldn't hurt. Okay. Ooh, River's Rebuke would have helped him a lot. Unless he's got something better in his hand. Like that. Okay, the Ancient. No big deal. Trying to decide the best target for the leveler. Oh, opponent scoops. Interesting. I mean, he wasn't... I mean, he could have held me off. I don't, you know. I mean, honest to God, I'm going to be honest. I was ready to quit when he freaking got this for free, essentially. Maybe I'm not so good at predicting the future. Alright, looks like we got time for at least one more, depending how fast it goes. Alright, interesting. We have an indestructible commander. No, this isn't fast enough. Yeah, neither is this. Alright, it's better. We can get rid of... 1 swamp. Was this Kenrith's transformation? Okay. Try to get as much stuff on board as possible. The Nettle Cyst is coming out next. Okay. Revenant. Nettle Cyst. Okay, very nice. Not what I was expecting from this commander, but now I guess it's a landfall deck. So. Okay, the Gear Hulk. You know what? Yeah. Yeah, didn't want him to proliferate. Looks like that's what he was counting on. We can do one more. We shall do one more. Yeah. Let's check out the store. What do they got today in the store for the daily deals? Ooh, Yeah, too rich for my blood. None of these are... Well... Ooh, I do like this one. Because I do want to make a Dimir Mill deck soon. Yeah, let's live a little. Alright, we'll see what we can do with this. Just straight mono green. Yeah, let's go for it. Okay, opponent doesn't want to trade. Kind of an odd choice. Unless he's going to do something where he creates a bunch of, Alright. Okay, get out the wall. He'll probably figure that he can keep this back as a chump blocker, but he figures wrong. Interesting. Okay. If he doesn't chump block... Okay. Oh, couldn't cast it anyway. Oh, well. Probably bring out the Platinum Angel next, but we'll see. Okay. This guy is really, really, This guy's taking a big risk that I don't have anything. Okay. Gotta nail him with overwhelming forces. Even Damnation would be good right now. Nah, not anymore. But... No, I can't swing. He's got too many... You know, he's probably got is the Craterhoof Behemoth. Lucky top decking. I hate elf decks. I really do. Alright, we can try one more time. I don't like leaving you guys going on a low note. We'll try again. Alright, full disclosure. I tried to get another match going, except I kept drawing nothing. Couldn't do anything. So, had to discard down to, like, beyond 5, and I'm like, I'm not doing that. This might be okay. But the opponent does have, opponent might have spot removal. Let's just try it. Just to show. Just as an example. If I get my teeth kicked in. then it'll be a good example of why you shouldn't do what I'm about to do. Okay. Let's go ahead. Let's get Key to the Archive out. You know, Approach the Second Sun may not be a bad, you know, let's stick with Regrowth. I'll use the Assistant to get it back. I'm going to swing with the Buster Sword next turn anyway. Okay, Roaming Throne. Let's go with Stick Fingers. Okay. That's what I wanted, by the way. That's what I would love to have in the back pocket. Okay, Buster Sword. Enough to equip it. Get our little guy down. Swing. Sack, so we can get more. Okay. Ooh, no, let's get the Workshop Assistant. Okay. Flesh Scorcher back. Really nothing I need here. Don't really need a chump blocker. However, you'll see there's a method to my madness here. If okay. Not really getting any lands, which really stinks. Okay, I want to leave that and that. Because he's going to resurrect something with that. Got a good choice. You know what? I don't like him having that. Well, we could maybe use the the Wish Claw Talisman. So let's just do that. Besides, he doesn't know what's about to happen. Oh, wait. He got another one. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to put on the Flesh Gorger. Also on the Flesh Gorger. Swinging for 8. He might let it through, because he's got a double block. He does. Damage. We say adios, amigo. It's probably okay. Now, I'm going to go out on a limb and assume that he's going to probably use the Wish Claw Talisman to get a board wipe. He's not. Throne? Alright. Oh, opponent blows up. Yeah, see? There we go. We can end on a high note here. Wasn't a bad deck. Pretty interesting ideas. And there you have it, folks. That was the deck. Didn't get to really see some of the other cards, like the Hangerback Walker. Or never really got to play off these, unfortunately. But anyway, if you have any suggestions, any ways I could make the deck better, or if you have criticism of my play style, that's fine too. I always appreciate constructive criticism. I'm always trying to become a better player of the game. But if you like what you see, go ahead and give me a thumbs up and subscribe. I did finally hit 500, as I mentioned the other day. That doesn't really... The only thing I can do, I can create like memberships, and I guess I can start accepting super stickers and super comments. I really don't have enough... I wouldn't... As of right now, I wouldn't become a member because I don't have enough time to make extra content for anybody. I mean, I suppose I could make my weekend an extra content, but no, I don't think those get a lot of views anyway. But again, the more subscriptions, the better. In the meantime, you can go ahead and check out these channels. Some of my favorite Magic channels that got me inspired to do this in the first place. So go ahead and have a look there. Keep the community alive. And I hope we find you safe at home. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
If they don't win, it's a shame, for it's 1, 2, 3 cycles out at the old ball game.